What's up, YouTube? It's your boy DR2727, and this week's 2MP or not to MP is the final one in our Bayverse series. Is DX9 Lahara, the version of Hotrod. And for the whole month of November, we looked at Bayverse figures and we gave them our MP treatment, where we said what we don't like about the figures and what we do like about the figures, and if certain figures are MPs. And so I told you guys at the beginning of this, there's a rhyme or reason to my madness. And even though we're wrapping up, there's still a rhyme or reason to my madness. I have a follow-up video coming where we kind of talk about the overall point I'm trying to make with the 2MP or not to MP, specifically with Bayverse MP figures. But this is such a unique figure, and there really isn't anything I dislike about the figure. I mean, it has some cons, and we're going to talk about those, but we're not going to do the normal pro-con thing, because we're going to just talk about the bigger point with this specific figure. And so the best way I can sum up this figure is this. It's like having an older sibling who went to a school, and let's say, or you got kids. Let's say you got, your first kid goes to the school, and by the time they're in kindergarten, they know how to read on the 3rd grade level. They're doing math at the 5th grade level. They can write in cursive. Like, they're just miles ahead of the class. And so the teacher is so wow, like, I can't believe this. Now, fast forward to next year, your second child is coming up there. And the second child is on the same level, doing stuff well advanced to their years. Well, how impressed is the teacher going to be? She knows you guys. She knows, the work you guys put in with your first child. And she's probably going to expect the same thing from your second child. And so when your second child does come in and meet those expectations, it's not like, wow. It's going to be like, because the first child set the bar so high. And that's how I feel about this. DX9 and Unique Toys are sister companies, right? And Unique Toys came out with Peru Kill originally. And you can go see, I did a 2MP and not 10P about Peru Kill. And so DX9 followed it up with this. And they're different, but they do share some similar concepts. And so I think that everything that this does well, Peru Kill did well, and this kind of copied it, for lack of a better term. And they're not one for one, they're not even that much close to each other from a engineering standpoint, from a look standpoint, from a what they do standpoint. It's just they took those same concepts and just basically duplicate them for a different scope or whatever. That's probably the best way to say what I say. And the only, I won't even say downgrade, I think that the transformation is probably the one thing people will probably say is tedious, but it works for me. It improves upon the things Peru Kill did. Like, his hands are much better than Peru Kill's. Like, the feet work much better than the Peru Kill's. The vehicle mode is absolutely gorgeous. It is the best MP vehicle mode I've ever seen on the figure. I'm going to put an image on there, but it is point blank, period, gorgeous, perfect. Like, it is one of the figures I can give you guys who are MP collectors, and you wouldn't know it transformed, except if you turned upside down and look on the bottom. It's just a gorgeous figure. It's a B plus figure it's a B figure all the way around. It's nothing bad about it. Like I said, the transformation is kind of involved, but nothing bad about it. More tedious and a lot of steps and hard. So, like, it's definitely an MP. But it's one of those things that, because Peru Kill came out and kind of shattered everybody's expectations, this can only be so much good. I think if I think that if the roles were flipped and this came out first and then Peru Kill came out, then it will be kind of the same situation. This will be the game-changing Transformers, game-changing toy, and Peru Kill would just be catching the leftovers from that. Also, other things on the side that this does well, it has great accessories, the girl, the guns, as you can see. The blast effects, the paint is good, the sculpt, say what you want to say about Bayverse figures, but the sculpt is on point. Articulation is good. And, I forgot to mention, this is the voiceover, but we can wrap it up right now. It's MP. It just does pretty much everything good. Some things great. It's an MP. It just hurts itself because it followed the same formula that Peru Kill used, and we've seen that formula before. We've seen that script before, so we're not as excited about it as we probably should be. But it's MP. Thank you guys for watching. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments.